Ukraine has launched a new offensive in the Kursk region of western Russia, where Russian forces have been trying to push back Ukrainian troops for the past 5 months. The Russian Defense Ministry said its troops were pushing back Ukrainian forces, but Russian military bloggers reported heavy fighting and some said the Russians were under heavy pressure. Ukraine's general staff said 42 combat clashes took place on Sunday in the Kursk region, with 12 still ongoing. Ukraine used 2 tanks, a dozen armored vehicles and 1 destroyer in the offensive, which was aimed at the village of Berdin, about 15 kilometers northeast of Sudzha. Pro-Kremlin military bloggers acknowledged that Russian troops were under pressure, but said Moscow was fighting back. The main events of the next offensive attempt by the Ukrainian army are clearly still ahead of us, the influential pro-Russian Telegram channel Rybar said. A video on the Kupiansky line showed Ukrainian defense forces repelling 2 large-scale attacks by Russian troops on armored vehicles in the area of the occupied village of Zagrazov in the Kharkiv region. This was done by soldiers of the 1st Special Purpose Brigade, Buravia of the National Guard of Ukraine, the 77th Airmobile Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the Assault Battalion of the Unmanned Aerial Complex Achilles of the 92nd Assault Brigade of the ZSU. Fighters of the 79th Separate Amphibious Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine also destroyed an assault armored convoy of Russian troops. The Communications Department of the 79th Brigade announced this on its official page on the social network Facebook and its Telegram channel, publishing a corresponding video edited from footage taken by unmanned aerial vehicles. The Armed Forces of Ukraine managed to repel a powerful counterattack by Russian troops on the captured Malaya Lakhna. The military are confident that the ZSU will counteract a large number of armored vehicles, which, among other things, will bypass anti-tank minefields. In this case, the enemy will be unable to operate most of his drones, even those using fiber optics, due to the active operation of the REB system. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Monday that Ukraine's position on the Russian border at Kursk was crucial to any future negotiations. Their position at Kursk is important because it is certainly something that will be a factor in any negotiations that may occur in the coming year, Blinken told reporters in Seoul. At the same time on Saturday, Ukraine's armed forces reported 179 separate clashes along the tense line of contact, coming under fire around the northeastern city of Kharkiv and the city of Pokrovsk in the country's Donbas region. They estimated that as many as 1,730 Russian personnel had been killed or captured in the attacks. The Russian Defense Ministry said on Saturday it would retaliate after it claimed to have intercepted 8 U.S.-made missiles fired by Ukraine. Kyiv has not commented on the alleged attacks, but has previously pushed for the right to preemptively destroy critical military infrastructure and drone launch sites deep inside Russian territory.
Пострел!
Ukrainian officials have provided few details about the new attacks, while a prominent lawmaker urged silence on all sides. I don't understand why it is necessary to report officially about the Kursk region. Maybe it would be better to do it after the operation is over, Ukrainian lawmaker Alexei Goncharenko said. Andriy Kovalenko also said on Telegram that defense forces were working in the area without elaborating. In the Kursk region, Russia is very worried because they are being attacked from several directions, and it was a surprise for them, he said. The head of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's office, Andriy Yermak, also posted on Telegram that there was good news from Kursk, adding, "Russia got what it deserved." Meanwhile, Russia's defense ministry said on Saturday that it had captured the Ukrainian village of Nadia, one of the few settlements in the eastern Luhansk region still under Kyiv's control. Moscow advanced almost 4,000 square kilometers in Ukraine by 2024, according to an AFP analysis, as Kiev's army struggles with chronic manpower shortages and exhaustion. Russian President Vladimir Putin, responding to a question at an annual telephone summit last month, said Russia would force Ukrainian troops out of Kursk but declined to set a date for when this would happen.